And that win last time, it wasn't just a win, it was such a convincing victory. What pleased you most about it, and what can you take from it moving forward?
Yeah, I think most pleasing thing was the performance. I mean, for a lot of the guys, it was kind of their big first derby, and we kind of knew that, obviously, not having won for a while against them, that you need to sort of do those things so that question sort of stops. And so there was big expectations on the night. We had a great crowd in, it was a great atmosphere, and they're games you want to win, but the performance was the most pleasing thing for me.
There have been bigger scorelines in this fixture, but not many games where it's been so one-sided at times. Were you a little bit disappointed you didn't win by more in the end?
No, because, the opposition are a good side. They've got some fantastic footballers in there, and they've been pretty consistent, strong all year. I mean, I think people are sort of comparing them with our form and thinking that maybe that they haven't been on it. But, I think under Gio, they've only lost one game in the league, and that was against us. So, they're a good, strong team, and we expected a reaction in the second half, and they did better in terms of controlling us. But overall, I was pleased with the performance.
You've been announced as the manager of the month today. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Is one of the biggest things you've been pleased with since that win the way you maintained those levels and the results? It could have been easy to peak at that point and it drop off, but you managed to keep ticking over.
Yeah, look, those kind of things come along because the results are good. But as you said, for me, it's our level of performance has been most pleasing. We've been really strong through that whole time, home, away. There's been, there's always challenges within every game, and there's always disruptions in terms of players missing here and there. But we've been really strong the last few months on maintaining a level of performance that doesn't drop below a certain standard, and that's been the most pleasing thing because, in any sort of football manager will tell you that's the hardest thing. The results can sort of come along, but if you can maintain a certain level of commitment from the players, that's a good sign, and that's certainly what they've shown.
Obviously, going back into this fixture this weekend, I just wonder what kind of reaction you got to the win. Obviously, because of the nature of the performance, the dominant level you got to, but just in terms of friends, family, people you knew, the kind of messages you got, what was the feedback you got on it?
Yeah, look, everyone kind of knew that the kind of consequences of that game, and as I said, it wasn't just that we won that game, it was the fact that we hadn't won in that fixture for a while, and when those kind of things build up, even though I wasn't responsible for that, you kind of pick up these things as you go along. It was a bit like our away record, which wasn't great. Anytime you can sort of overcome that hurdle, overcome that challenge, if nothing else, it gives belief to the group about what we're trying to build. And I certainly noticed the impact it had on our supporters. It was a great night, and a lot of them still talk about it. And that adds significance to it, and that leaves a mark on me that just on how important this fixture is to our fans. How
better prepared are you for this trip to Ibrox compared to the first one?
Oh, yeah, I mean, it was it's well chronicled. We had a real challenging start to the season. Having said that, we still went there trying to win the game, and we weren't far off it. It was a pretty even contest on the day. I think we obviously lost and we didn't have a great start to the season, so people just assume that we didn't give a good account of ourselves, but we weren't well prepared, that's for sure. I mean, if you look at the lineup, we had a couple of players leave literally the day after to go down south, so, and we knew that was going to be the situation. This time, at the moment, this is probably the strongest we've been squad-wise all year in terms of the health of the players and the condition they're in. So, we're in good shape, and we're going to have to be, because this is the exciting bit. This is when all the big games are on.
Kyogo is back in training. Hasn't played for you though since Boxing Day. Would it be too big to throw him into a game like this from the off?
Look, that's the things we'll assess, but whatever game we're going to throw him, it's going to be a big one. There aren't going to be any games between now and the end of the year that aren't. Every league game and the cup semi-final are all games of massive consequence. So, he's worked hard at training, he's worked hard in his rehab. He was sensational for us in the first half of the year, and really disappointed for him that he's been out for this long. But he's itching, he's ready to go. It's just now a matter of me picking the right moment for him.
Sort of said this is the fun bit of the season. You've been involved in title pushes back home, of course, in Japan. How would you compare what it's like here in terms of scrutiny, focus, expectation, whatever you want to call it?
Yeah, look, it's everything you want it to be. This is the bit you want to be involved in. The worst sort of feeling is to be in the final stretch of the year and have nothing to play for. And at this football club, that's unacceptable. But even for me as a manager, I mean, this this is why I love football. You want to be in the big games. You want to have games of massive consequence. You want to be, challenging for things, and we've put ourselves in the position where we can do that.
And just finally, this is a massive fixture. There was a chance to take it to your home country. That's not happening now. Are we missing an opportunity to showcase the game here and how good a game this is by not having that match now?
Look, I mean, that's for others to decide. All I can say is that I know how much people in Australia love football. I know how much they love this football club. I know how much they love having big games and big clubs visit them, and it does make an impact. And not just in Australia, but on that side of the world, because you're in that sort of time zone. So, again, for selfish reasons, I'm still wrapped we're going, whatever ticket sales we lose out on, I'm sure my friends and family will pick up, mate, so we'll be right.